just about Kevin Sullivan because he's got a
Oh,
podcast now and he always puts you over very heavily on that podcast whenever he talks about you. So I was just wondering if you have a favorite memory or anything about Kevin Sullivan.
oh my God! What a genius of a booker. When Dusty left Florida and went to Carolinas and to be the booker in the Carolinas, and Kevin Sullivan took over in Tampa in the Florida territory to be the booker. What a genius! And he was doing that. He was doing that. That devil gimmick, and he was, like being nailed to the tree of woe, and and this girl named Locke was her name. He would slap her so hard on television that you could hear the slap across the sportatorium little area there and almost knock her off her feet on television. And he went to the big angle is he went to slap her again as hard as he could, and as he reached back and prepared a big roundhouse slap, I caught his arm halfway before it got to her face and stopped him, and we had to stare down. You can't be hitting, you can't be slapping this poor innocent, slightly deranged young lady. you, know, you can't be slapping this girl. And he says, we had a confrontation, and we broke apart, and he walked across, and started to walk off the set right there by the ring. He grabbed a folding chair and threw it at me. Hit me in the face, the side that cut my eye open the hard way. And I said, Kevin, you got to be a little more careful when you hit me with a chair. I came back into the locker room bleeding. He cut me off with that. He says, yeah, but it was hot. It was hot, superstar. It was hot. It was hot, brother. It was hot. And the great story, I'm hoping to find the photograph someday. The great ending to this story. This is a good way to finish up this interview, which I appreciate very much. By the way, I really enjoyed this. You're one of my favorite friends and personalities and wrestlers, but I was under Kevin Sullivan's spell, his demonic spell. Okay, that's why I became his tag team partner and had these python snakes wrapped around me, which I hated. I hated snakes. I was afraid of them. I had to wrap these snakes around me. And anyway, to break his demonic grip he had on me, I took 2 weeks off, and I said I've got to go back to the Arizona desert. I've got to purge this is making my point about scripts and no freedom to think for yourself and be creative. I said I'm going to the Arizona desert, and I'm going to purge myself of this demonic Kevin Sullivan spirit that he has cast on me. And did you ever see any of the still photographs of me staked out in the river
Oh, I've
bottom?
actually seen those.
Yes, yes. I had my white karate pants soaked in blood, and I had stakes. We drove stakes into the river bottom, a real river bottom, and I stretched. We tied my hands apart and wrists, and my legs spread apart, and I lay there. We took still shots, and I was purging myself of this demonic devil, Kevin Sullivan, and we put those stills up when I came back, and I came back and declared that I'm free. I'm set free from the grip of this demon from hell, and I'm going to get my revenge, and then we worked together around, did tremendous business, but it was so much fun, and he was so creative with that with that
They need to
the
hire
Tree of
him
Woe.
for
He
the
was actually
WWE creative.
yeah. You can't even mention it in the same breath. That was so much freedom to be creative, Devin, to think for yourself and create. I actually thought up of this idea to be free from this demonic, you know, I was possessed by the spirit of this evil monster. His soul was wretched. The things that we could come up with, and we did,
He was like a
was
Charles Manson type character
yes,
almost,
Charles
right?
Manson type,
Yeah.
yes, controlling, demonic. Yeah, it was just off the charts, original. Yeah,